Hey everybody, it's Sarah and welcome back to the Scrappery. Sorry, I have a head cold this week. You're going to have to listen to me for a few minutes here. Sorry. So I am doing my fourth Project Life spread with the beautiful Nigella kits. I'm not doing a week this week. This is actually a trip that my girls and I took to the Science Museum on July 13th. And it was just a really fun day, and I took so many fun and I thought pretty cool pictures that I thought I wanted to do a full spread out of it. So here I am starting on my title card. It's just going to say document a trip to the Science Museum. The only things I pulled from my stash this week were that little piece of vellum and that one document, which is actually a Maggie Holmes old word thicker from like Open Book a couple years ago. So I did sew around the edges. And I'm adding one of the tabs that Renell punched by hand, and that flower is actually from last month's kits, which were the lily kits, because I didn't use all of it up. There was so much in all these kits that I make lots and lots of projects, and I still can't quite get it all used up. So thank you, Renell, for putting so much into these fun kits for us. So here I just grabbed, oh, this is also from my stash. This is a mini glassine bag that I grabbed from my stash, and I'm just putting a little bit of the exclusive sequin mix in it. And I'm running that through my sewing machine just to make sure that none of those sequins fall out. I grabbed my last piece of gold tulle from the kit, which I am in love with, all three of those different pieces of tulle. And then I'm going to stick that glassine bag on top and add my photo. That is kind of a bad picture. We were in the Omni Theater. I'm guessing you guys have Omni theaters in Australia. They are the big movie theaters that go all the way around you 180 degrees and you kind of feel like you're in the movie. That fun is also from last month's kits. I did have a few pieces of the wood veneer left that I wanted to use up. And then that really fun cut-apart sheet that had all the one-by-one cut-aparts, I finally cut that apart and I did a little bit of stitching on the edges of a bunch of them that I'm going to use this week too. And I didn't do a journaling card like I typically do a 4x6 or a 3x4 journaling card where I type out journaling strips and I put that onto a card. These pictures were pretty self-explanatory. We hung out at the Science Museum. The pictures that were of the most interest, I did make little journaling strips like that one says, our first Omni Theater movie. And now I'm working on that little 3x4 card. I just took a couple of ripped pieces of patterned paper from the PLK kit and then backed it with a couple other pieces. I used one of the gold paper clips and then I just added the date with my old Becky Higgins roller date stamper. The picture of my youngest daughter in the lower left there is her in an old-fashioned antique tugboat that they kind of refurbished and put kind of on the outside of the building so you can overlook the river. It's pretty cool. Now I'm starting the right side of my spread. They had a really fun billboard in the entryway where your kids could stick their heads out of one of those old-fashioned VW minivans, and then it said National Parks Adventure, which was the Omni Theater movie that we went to. So that was a fun way to document the trip, and interestingly enough, it was a perfectly square backdrop. I thought, oh boy, these people know about Instagram, don't they? So I used another piece of that old vellum from my stash just to mimic the vellum that I used on the right side of my spread. And I finally got all those beautiful cork and gold pieces used up. And I also did pull some of the glittery gems from last month's kit out too, because I wanted to get those used up, because the purple in the sequins and the purple in those enamel dots from the lily kits kind of matched. And then I also like to use tiny word stickers on my 3x4 photos, and I had those, just a few Maggie Holmes ones left from Gather in my stash, and I really wanted to get those used up. There's nothing as satisfying as getting a sheet of tiny word stickers used up. So here I grabbed the Kaiser Mist in Antique Gold, and I carefully covered up all my photos because I'm finally learning that nozzle kind of goes crazy and you got to make sure you don't get it everywhere. And then I finally did cut up that beautiful celestial page. That is the middle of it. And I'm just going to embellish with another one of those 1x1 cutouts that I sewed around the puffy frame from the puffy sticker sheet. And then that Hello Wood veneer is also from the Lily kits. And I'm going to use some of that beautiful dark teal twine that Renelle included in the kits. And I am also using my sticky thumb kind of pen adhesive. My Tombow Mono Multi is sadly on its very last leg, and I'm way too lazy in January in the cold and ice and snow to drive about 20 minutes to go get another bottle. And I had this sticky thumb, that guy right there laying around, and boy is it sticky stuff. It doesn't come out very fast, but it's nice. I would highly recommend it. And it's also kind of a two-way glue. If you stick it on and let it sit and get tacky for a while, it's removable. But if you just glob it all on right at the beginning and then stick it on, it's permanent. So there I just stuck a teal butterfly cutout that I sewed around behind that dream cork cutout. And then it's just going to say on the bottom with my typewriter, like, lots of fun at the cell lab, because we had a ton of fun looking at our tongue cells, oddly enough, under the microscope. So that documents our super fun trip to the Science Museum. I hope you will tune in next, my Tuesday, your Wednesday in Australia, to see. I will probably have one more Project Life either week or layout to use the beautiful Nigella kits with, or maybe by chance my new kit will have made it to me by then. So thanks, ladies. I hope you're having a great week. Bye.